Hello guys, welcome back to Car Obsession and welcome back to my cherished Unos Roadster. Now hopefully by now you would have seen the video where Exhausted and I fitted for new coilovers. Well, today's video is all about talking about my first impressions really and my first thoughts. So to begin with, the ride height was too low. Now this side was originally just under 320 millimeters, whereas this side was about 300 millimeters, so quite a large difference. At the time, Oscar and I, we didn't have a tape measure, so we were doing it by guesswork, and that kind of showed afterwards. At the back, I was running about 32.5 centimeters, so 325 millimeters. Now, since the last part of filming, I have had to raise the car up because I was starting to scrape everywhere, and if truth be told, it was doing my head in. You may also note the new alloys. Let me know what you think of them. I really like them, but of course I do, otherwise I wouldn't have put them on the car. I was originally trying to find bronze alloys, but these ones came up at a good price, and I thought, why not? Actually, in fairness, full credit has to go to my wife. She was the one that found these alloys. So yeah, big up to Mrs. Elaine Wake. Yes, anyway, back to the coilovers. So the front is still quite low, but it's not stupidly low, and there's some of you probably watching go, oh well, you could lower that loads. Yes, you can still get a good hand in there, but it's still lower than stock. It still gives the car a nice stance, and importantly, it's still usable. Like I say, I'm starting to scrape everywhere, and it was just getting annoying, frankly. Thankfully, the front lip isn't too damaged. So yeah, so at the front, I'm now running 325 millimeters, and at the back, I'm running 335 millimeters, and I quite like that setup. So if you're trying to get a setup that works for you, it could be worth trying this one. Obviously, it's all about different. Oh, I wonder what the noise was, but it was just a Mini Cooper S. I've lost my train of thought. Yes, so if you're looking to get an idea of what a usable setup is that's still low, then by all means try mine. But it's all about personal tastes. Now, as well as changing for ride height, I've also changed for firmness. So if I get you in here, that's one great thing about this camera. You can get it in tight places. You can see you've got a round knob where you can change for firmness. So originally, I was running about 2 clicks from the firmest setting, and if you bear in mind that there's around almost 20 clicks to the coilovers, it was a very firm setup. Even smooth roads became bumpy, and it was like driving around in Tigger. It was super bouncy. So I've had to adjust that as well. So at the front, I'm running 10 clicks from soft, and at the back, I'm running 8 clicks from soft. So I've kind of got it at the midway point, and that works really well. So what I'll do now is I will jump in the car and show you what it's like. Right, so on the road with the new coilovers, with the new settings, full classic Mini. Oh, that's very nice. Let's give you my thoughts on how the suspension works and give you my thoughts. Now, if I had been down this road with the is that a proper Mustang V8? Yes, it is. Good work, sir. I don't really like the yellow, but each to their own. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So yes, if I'd gone down this road with the coilovers set to the other settings, my teeth would have fallen out by now. So I'm really glad that I changed it. Now, there's still a firm edge to the suspension, of course there is. It's designed to offer a sportier, firmer setup, but it's still compliant. There's still a good amount of damping to be had for sure. Now this road isn't very good at all, so this would be a good test into full. It's quite smooth actually. Yeah, there's a few bumps. Right, got quite a big bump coming up here. Yeah. So although it's firmer, I definitely think it rides better than when it did before. Both with the old shocks and the new shocks set to their firmer setting. But yeah, if I'd been down here a few days ago, I would have been like this. But yeah, thankfully, the settings now, I think, are pretty much perfect. They do work well. Also, not only is the car a bit more friendly to drive, I haven't scraped once since I've raised the ride height. And again, I think the ride height is pretty much perfect. I was originally aiming for 320mm at the front and 330 at the back. So I'm 5mm out on both axles. So it's 5mm higher than I was aiming for. Sometimes it can be a bit difficult to get it spot on. Well, it can be for me because I'm still very much new to this kind of thing. So yeah, I probably could lower it a little bit more. Oh, so I've got loads of stuff in the boot, mostly tools. So that's what all that rattling is. Plus, this hardtop isn't quite on properly. This clip up here is knackered, so the hardtop is a tiny bit loose, which is also adding to the rattling. But down here, got very little concern. Yeah, I really like this setup. I think it's good. So in case you're wondering what I'm running, let me remind you. So 325mm at the front, 335mm at the rear, and in regards to the actual firmness, 10 clicks from soft at the front and 8 clicks from soft at the rear. And yeah, it works well. The car corners flatter as well. Yeah, really good setup. I'm really pleased. Oh, Mark 1 Escort. Oh, that was nice. Oh, I hope you guys saw that. That was divine. Oh, so clean. Where was I? Yeah, I'm really happy with this setup. So if you're looking for some inspiration on what you should have for your coilovers, then check out my setup. It might be for you, it might not be. That's one great thing about life. Different people like different things. If we all liked the same thing, it would be very boring. So yeah, the cornering is definitely better. It corners flatter, there's less body roll, and it just helps to give the car a greater sense of eagerness. Not that BMX5 felt sluggish to begin with, or nose heavy. You know, it's not an old Audi. But the handling, yeah, the handling has definitely improved. So, would I recommend these coilovers? Yes, a big fat yes. Obviously, I'm yet to try them out on track, and at some point I will take this car on track. When? I don't know. I've got new brakes I need to fit on. Mind you, the brakes on the car now are pretty good, but even so, I'll put some different brakes on. Of course, I've got the turbo build to come as well, but I will need to wait a few months for that because I need to get the money sorted. But yeah, I really like these coilovers. Massive thanks to Exhausted for helping me fit them. But in truth, it's not an overly difficult job. Once you know what you're doing, you should be able to do it by yourself with little ease if you know your way around a spanner. But yes, I shall end this video there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a massive thumbs up. And if you haven't done already, be sure to click that bell icon so every time I make a video, you get notified. And if you haven't done so as well, be sure to subscribe for more car obsession.